Somebody on my comments the other day asked me, Ben, what do you mean by manifestation? Like when you manifest something that you want in life, how do you do it? And it's a question I get asked a lot, especially in like the live streams and things like that, or DMs and things. And because I swear by it. And there's no scientific proof that it works or it exists, but a lot of people do swear by it. A lot of successful people in the world swear by manifesting their dreams. So I want to try to help you understand what it is and hopefully sort of give you a few tips of how to do it. In fact, not even tips, just how to do it or how I do it, right? Because it's worked for me. And it was something that I found later on in life, actually. It was probably maybe like my mid-30s. And I think that what it was I had enough of the position that I was in life. I was okay, I was plodding along and I was reasonably happy, but I knew there was something more for me, right? So in order to manifest something that you want in life, there's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not just one thing. And I don't believe, I'm not going to sit here and say to you, if you want something enough, it will happen. Because let's face it, if you just sat every day in your lounge watching TV every night and just wanted to be a millionaire, it's not going to happen, right? So there's like, it's like, I suppose it's like making a bolognese, all right? You can't just throw in a load of mincemeat and think that it's going to turn into a bolognese. You've got to put tomato and onion and garlic and all these things to eventually get to where you want to be, right? So first of all, I think one of the most important things that you have to become is a positive person. I mentioned this yesterday on my vlog. There's two types of people in this world. There's negative thinking people and there's positive thinking people. The negative thinking people will be like, negative things always happen to me. And then when something bad happens, they go, see, I told you, it always happens to me. I've got so much bad luck, yeah? And the positive people will be like, I don't know how it happens. Things just happen for me and it's fantastic. You know, I love it. And I think the difference is, negative things do happen to positive people, but positive people either ignore those or don't dwell on the negatives or use the negatives into something positive, right? They turn it into something positive, like they've either learned something from their negative, right? Or it's given them an idea, or it's a problem that they've solved and gone further because of that. So that's what I think that your fundamental groundwork needs to be, is forgetting about the negative and spinning it into something positive. Perfect example today, right? I got out of the petrol garage. My missus was in the car. I got out of the petrol garage and I got myself a Costa coffee. And I came back and I was acting like a complete clown, walking back to the car like that with the coffee in my hand, right? And somebody else was filling up at the gas station. I could see him in my peripheral, just looking at me thinking, what a complete knob, right? And my missus said, oh, Ben, he was walking behind you, he was shaking his head. I was like, yeah. And then it started winding me up. And I thought, hang on a second. I'm going to make some content out of that. I'm going to mention that in one of my videos. So that person, and I'm going to make another video about that at another stage, but that person with a negative, I could be furious then. I could be like, oh, you know, that's really getting me down. Lord, what do you think about that? Like, you know, and I turned it into a video. I've turned that thing into a video, an idea about a video. you know? Some people would think, oh, what does he think about me? Like, oh, I was only playing around, and you know, and you get low and you get involved in yourself and all that sort of stuff. So I try to think about the positive in everything. And I do believe in giving off like an aura of positivity, right? So when you're positive, I do believe that the world sort of responds to your positivity, okay? People, for example, people tend to warm towards positivity because they want to be positive. Deep down, everybody wants to be positive, okay? And I know what it's like sometimes in life when, you know, everything hits you and it's difficult to find the positive in things. But you have to almost fake it to make it. All right? You have to dig deep and fake it to make it. When the negatives happen, turn it into a positive. It's going to be good. Even if you feel like you don't believe in it yourself, you have to say it. It's like this, I mean, there's probably a saying out there, but you know when you call yourself silly names, or you call yourself this, and you say that, you know, you're depressed, or you say that you're ill, and you keep on talking about this, your body hears it and it reacts to that, okay? So that's your first step, is to be positive. You have to be positive, okay? Now, the second step, I would say, is that it's not even a step, it's more of a mindset. You have to believe that what you want will come true and it will happen. I'm going to give you a couple of stories. I remember when I was working my 9 to 5, and the boss, like the area manager, they gave myself, and I had to cascade to my team. We had to write down what we wanted in our career, what we wanted in life, our aspirations, okay? And a lot of people were like, oh, I want to be assistant manager, I want to be branch manager, and I want to live on an island, and things like that. And I was very specific of what I wanted and what I was going to achieve. And that was becoming a YouTuber and becoming a millionaire, right? And you have to be okay, by the way, of saying that. It's okay to want to be financially free, right? A lot of people say out there, oh, money is greed and all that sort of stuff. I don't believe that. I think there are greedy people out there, absolutely. But I don't think that wanting to be financially free and wanting to have your dreams is greed or selfish, right? And I remember coming out of the office after I wrote these things down, and one of my employees came to me and she said, what did you put down for your aspirations? I said, I'm going to be a YouTuber and I'm going to be a millionaire. And she looked at me and laughed. And I looked her dead in the eye, and I didn't laugh with her. And I said, no, I'm going to be. And her smile, her laugh, turned into a, oh. And she believed me. She believed that I believed it, okay? And that is the determination that you need. And this is the extra bit of ingredients that you need, okay? I firmly believed it. And like I said earlier, I don't think that you can just sit there and say, I want to be a millionaire, and just carry on watching Netflix. It's not going to happen. That's 2 bits of ingredients. You have to say it to people, believe in it yourself, will it to happen, okay? Because the thing is, what happens is when you believe in something and you want it so much, subconsciously and actively, you start choosing the right paths in life. You start choosing the positives. You start choosing the doors that are slightly open, yeah? That's what you do. Because I wanted it so badly. First of all, I wanted the financial freedom. I thought there was more to life than waking up, turning off the alarm clock, going to my 9 to 5, coming back, watching television, going to sleep, just the rat race. I just knew that there was more to life than that. So what did I do? I was determined. I manifested, I am going to be successful in YouTube and I'm going to be financially free. There's no word, no one's going to stop me. Right? And so I didn't just do that. What I did, after work, I started up doing selling things on eBay. And I also sold things on Amazon. That was 2 jobs, 3 jobs, including being a branch manager. I also was doing YouTube every single day, right? And I was also live streaming on the computer like 3 nights a week. Because I knew that one of them would give me my dream. So you might be thinking, okay then, so just work your bollocks off. Yeah. You do. You have to force it. You have to push it, right? Because that is all part of the manifestation. Now, the Amazon worked for a while. It started helping me and then it crumbled. The eBay, the same thing. And thankfully, the YouTube blew up and I could leave my job and things like that, right? And we're here today. But these are the things that you need to do. You have to not only want it to happen, you have to will it to happen, because when you have that, it's like an internal fire that you need to grow, right? You need to get angry with the situation that you're in at the moment and determined and laser pinpoint focused in what you want. And inevitably it happens, all right? It does, trust me. I know there's no there's no shortcut to it. There was something I saw the other day, and maybe this has got, God connected to it. But I was watching, I think it's Jasko or something like that, and he's a very religious type of person. He's very religious. He's got his podcast. And he said something along the lines, and it sort of rung true. It was like, when you ask God for something, He's not going to give you something on a plate, right? He's going to say, okay, well, if you want that, I'm going to test you. And sometimes you think it might be too overwhelming. It's like, okay, I am going 2 steps forwards and 3 steps back here, right? This is not good. And those people, I think, end up quitting. The quitters and the negative people end up quitting. But the positive people, the people that have got that vision and they know that it's going to happen, push through it, and inevitably it happens. I'm telling you, I came home from work many times in tears. There was times when I just thought, I'm working my ass off here. I am doing 5 jobs. There must be more to life than this, right? But I pushed and I pushed and I pushed and I got it. There was another time where I manifested something. I won an award. It was Be Creator of the Year for live streaming. I used to live stream gaming, right? And I won the award. And I tweeted it out and I was so excited, and I just visualized. I visualized being up on that stage, holding the trophy, giving a speech, and I thought about it over and over and over and over again. The people that were involved, as I was talking to them, I was letting them know how excited I was. I was feeding positivity because I knew that I was going to win. I wasn't cocky with it, all right? Wasn't cocky, but I knew it. I had a good sense. And I remember going to the event, and I was outside I had a cigar, right? Big fat cigar in my pocket. And I was outside and I was with these people that were all smoking, getting ready for the awards. And a couple of girls were there and they said, "What are you up for?" And I said, Gaming Creator of the Year. And they're like, "Oh, do you think you're going to win?" I was like, "I am going to win. I am going to win. I've manifested it. And this is what the cigar is for." And they were like, "Oh my God." And I won, right? Went up there and she saw me. She goes, "You manifested it." I was like, "Yes, I did, mate. Yes, I did." Because the thing you've got to think about, right, is, let's just say I didn't win. Oh, so the manifestation didn't work. I'm not a negative person. I'm going to go away from that and go, why didn't I win? I need to push myself further. I need to do something. I need to change something. There was a reason why I didn't win. Who won? What did they do? Right? How can I adapt? How can I improve? That is being positive, right? Like, failure is the best thing. Failure is so good. I embrace failure because you learn so much more from failure than you do success. I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you. Now, on yesterday's video, I gave you a little teaser. I wanted you to visualize something that you wanted in life. And this could have been a car, it could have been a job, it could have been a holiday, whatever. I wanted you to visualize it, right? And after I came around from the breathing exercises that I did with you, I said 5. 5. Okay? Now, what I was thinking was I wanted yesterday's video to rank number 5 on basically on YouTube. Whenever you upload, you have the last 10 videos, right? And how they're ranking amongst each other. For the first hour, it's ranking number 3 of your last 10. For the next 20 hours, it's ranking number 4, whatever, right? And I thought to myself, 5. I wanted it to rank number 5. And you might be thinking, why weren't you ranking number 1? Right. It's a good question. Because I had to be... You have to be smart with it. You have to be smart with your own thoughts. If I was to say number 1 and I didn't get number 1 and I got so far away from it, it's going to knock your confidence, right? So you have to be realistic. What is it? Smart? Is it specific, measurable, or whatever it is? Realistic, timely, achievable, right? But in smart. So I thought 5. Now, for the first video that I got, it got number 1 because it was the first video for a long time. People were like, "Oh my God, Ben's uploaded a video on Caspervision, his other channel. This is odd, let's all have a look." And I knew it was going to do pretty well. And I also knew that the next video, because after people see that it's about, positive thinking, breathing exercises in the gym and things like that, a lot of people, it's not their cup of tea. So I knew that the views would have gone down, and they did, like massively. They dropped, and I was like, okay with that because, I'm happy doing what I'm doing anyway, right? And then the next video went to number 10, performed lower than that one. And the next video performed number 10, right? So each video was performing less and less. which again, I knew, I expected. But on this one, I said 5. My aim was for 5. I wanted it to get to 5. The difference is between this one, by the way, it got to number 8, right? But, oh, hang on, Ben, it's not number 5. Well, hang on a second. This is what the proof's in the pudding, right? If I hadn't of closed my eyes, spoke about it, willed it to happen, I wouldn't have done these things. Well, first of all, I would have just uploaded it, as I normally have been doing for the previous 3, and let it run its course, right? And hope for the best. But this one, I manifested 5. So that was my target. So what I did was I shared it on Twitter, as I normally do, to be fair. I also shared it on my YouTube, my main channel, community post, which increased the sales, which increased the views, right? And I also mentioned it in my video that I did yesterday on Caspersight. That was 3 additional things, or 2 or 3 additional things that I don't normally do. That is the extra spice that is needed to manifest your dreams. So like I say, manifestation isn't just about really, really wanting something to happen. Manifestation is wanting it so much you think outside the box. You choose particular paths. You've given out positive vibes. Now, again, yesterday's video, if you go back on it on Caspersight, you'll see when I start talking about it, I'm like, guys, by the way, if you're into like, positive thinking, breathing exercises, the gym, and just positivity, go over to Caspersight and do your thing. I was super energized and happy and thrilled about the concept of it. I was giving out positive vibes. I almost laughed. I smiled. It was a genuine happiness about that channel and about that video, right? That there is giving off positivity, which attracts positivity, right? So people were like, I like his smile. I like that. I can feel his energy. I'm going to go and check it out. If I had said, okay, guys, by the way, I've also, if you're into like fitness and, breathing exercises, go over to my other channel. I've got, I'm doing a series over there. So go and check it out. I might have got a few people, right? But not as much. Is giving off that positivity, right? So, in order to manifest things, you've got to be positive, like I say, because it does attract. And people are the world, right? When people say, the world listens to your positivity, the world listens to your negativity, it does. But people are the world, okay? So start with being a positive person. Fake it until you make it. Even if you think that you're lying to yourself, you tell people and you tell yourself, this is the best thing. This is a new route for me. I've learned from this. All right? Think about a goal that you want, and you have to tell the world. Forget about feeling like you might fail and what people are going to say if you fail. There's going to be people out there that really, really want you to fail in life. Okay, you've got to forget about that. If you fail, you fail. They're not going to lose sleep over it. They're not going to, really, they don't care. This is all about you and your life, okay? So this is my interpretation and my idea of what manifestation is. Willing it, wanting it so much that your course in your world, in your life, changes subconsciously and actively for that particular end goal. So that's what my thoughts are. I hope you liked it. If you've got any questions about it, please put it in the comments. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments. But it's worked for me. It really has. So yeah, thanks for listening, and make sure you subscribe, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.